Thank you very much. I know my time is very limited, and so in my opening remarks I will adopt the motto that King Henry VIII used with one of his wives. He said, "I won't keep you long." If you look at the insurgency in Iraq, and you look at why there is a smell of victory on the part of our enemies in Iraq, it is not because they can beat the U.S. military over there. It is because, if you look at our enemies in Iraq, the reason they feel a sense of victory is not because they are capable of defeating the U.S. military, but because they know that in America, support for the war hangs in the balance. In other words, the Iraqi insurgents know that there is an active secular left in this country that is trying to convince the Congress and ultimately the President to get out. So if they win in Iraq, it will not simply be because of their efforts, but also because of the collaborative help that the enemy abroad is getting, if you will, from the enemy at home. Now, some people have taken my book to be saying, in a sense, that because I'm pointing a finger at the cultural left, that I'm denying in some inane way that bin Laden and his co-conspirators knocked down the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. They did it. But it is not an unintelligent question to ask, what are the conditions that put radical Islam in a position to be strong enough and emboldened enough to carry out that attack? Wasn't it the policies of Jimmy Carter in withdrawing American support for the Shah that helped install the Khomeini regime in place? Wasn't it the impotence, if that's the right word, of the Clinton administration in the 1990s that emboldened bin Laden? By his own token, he says, we were emboldened when we saw the cowardly response of the Americans to strike. Now, I want to make a point about this issue of cultural depravity. There are two groups in the Muslim world. There are the radical Muslims, and there are the traditional Muslims. One thing I'm going to be arguing is that we cannot win the war on terror without driving a wedge between these two camps. Ultimately, traditional Islam is the recruiting pool of radical Islam. Only by dividing those two groups can we win long term. Thank you.